Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Sharon Pistilli. I'm chair of the RTM RTM Senior and Disabled Tax Relief Committee, and we are glad to be hosting a joint meeting with the Board of Finance Senior and Disabled Tax Relief Committee. So I'm not going to call a roll per se, but I'm just going to mention who's present.
It's Thursday, May 28th.
Okay, yes.
And the time is 7:35.
Okay, so we're calling the meeting to order at 7:35 p.m. And those present are Peter Britton,
Dave Rock,
Bob Ellinger,
Jen
Hahu.
Okay, great. And
Jim Myers.
Jim Myers is online.
Yep. And our tax assessor, Ross Murray. Hi, Ross.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for being here. Okay, so we're going to begin by saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, great.
Sharon, just a point of order. I just wanted to mention that for the general public, this is going to be an informational and collaborative discussion tonight between two committees. There are no formal votes or actions will be taken tonight by either body. I also wanted to thank everyone for being here tonight and for being willing to work collaboratively on this important issue. So.
Great. And I wanted to add, Mr. Rocca, the reason that we decided to start by having joint meetings was that there are a few people who are new to this process. And the way that this is structured is that the Board of Finance has its own Senior and Disabled Tax Relief Committee. The RTM has its own. So rather than us make Ross go to two different sets of meetings, we felt that it would be more collaborative if we all learned about the ins and outs of the program together.
Good thinking.
Before we go forward. So it has not been handled this way in the past, but we felt that it was the most efficient and prudent use of our time.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to mention to the public is that the backup that we'll be discussing is under, if you scroll down in RTM, there is a section for Senior and Disabled Tax Relief Committee 2026, and the backup, which is the 2024 PowerPoint, which you had in your hands.
Right.
Yeah, that is posted online for a backup for anyone who wants to follow along.
Yeah.
I can sit next to you. And then...
Oh, okay. You're going to bring it up?
Oh, do you? Yeah.
Oh, I have a hard copy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is a hard copy. Yeah.
Okay. But I think you want to have one, right?
Yeah, I'll okay. One. If you need.
Yeah, I'll bring it up so I can look at it.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Okay.
So we've done the. Ross, do you want to sort of jump in and sort of take over, tell us where we're at, maybe explain?
Well, why don't I just, for anybody that's not totally familiar with the program, we have two options. There's a credit, which is just dollars that come right off of your tax bill. There's 7 income brackets. There's a percent cap, percent of the total tax cap for each bracket, and there's a dollar cap. So there's 2 ways to limit the maximum on that. And under any program, you must pay 25% of your tax bill. That's by state statute.
Right.
So that's the bottom line for everybody. The income goes up to $91,500 this year. Our income brackets rise with the cost of living that the state publishes for their program. So it automatically adjusts up. Theoretically, that covers any.
To qualify, you're saying is 91,500 is the maximum.
Yes.
Income.
Right.
To qualify for this program.
Yes.
Great. So I understand. Yeah.
Right. So that if you have, any year you get a Social Security increase, it will never bump you to another bracket. Other sorts of changes in your income could, but that prevents that from happening. That is where all but one person right now that's the program everyone takes but one. The other program is a deferral. You can defer up to 75%. Income level for that is up to $102,400. That needs to be paid back. So there's an interest charge on that. It's the up to 10-year. It's a 10-year Treasury bill as of February 1st. So I think it's right now. It's at like 4.8 for this year, and then that has a minimum of I think it's 3.5. So when Treasury were down below that, we were at the minimum. Again, never been a very popular program. We've had a couple of people on it. I don't think since I've been here we've had any new applicants.
Right.
We did have a freeze program that we did away with. I think
we killed that
2 years ago. No one ever took that program. It just was not structured to be beneficial. And I did allude to the state program, and you can be on both. The state has a much lower income threshold. They're at $56,500 for a married couple, $46,300 for an individual.
Mm-hmm.
They split between married and unmarried. We do not. So to qualify, you have to meet the income guidelines. It's all of your income you have to live off of, not your taxable income.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have non-taxable pensions or other sorts of, your interest income, anything else, it all gets counted, whether it's taxable or not. We see people with, when they hit their R&D years, sometimes that'll start putting them over once they have to take their distributions.
Mm-hmm.
And what else can I talk about?
And how does the QTAB sort of?
Oh, yes, I was going to mention that. QTAB is the hardest to manage. There's really not an effective way for us to verify their asset cap.
Sorry, what is that?
The asset is the assets you have cannot exceed $675,000.
Qualifying total.
Oh,
Qualifying
total asset
value.
Yeah.
It does not.
QTAB qualifying total asset value.
Right.
Qualifying total asset value.
Yep.
Okay.
So it does not include your primary residence. It doesn't include your cars. It doesn't include the contents of your house. So this is really looking at your savings, if you have multiple homes, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
The way we manage that is we have them sign an affidavit that they don't exceed that number.
Mm-hmm.
So sure people that sign that are over, and we know there's people that will have it put in front of them,
Mm-hmm.
go away and come back and say I'm over. So,
Okay.
It's really kind of on the honor system.
Yeah.
There was talk of doing away with that, 5-6 years ago, but there was concern that we don't know how many people that's preventing coming into the program.
Right.
So without knowing that, there was concern that could flood the program.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry, what are those numbers that you're saying that criteria?
Yep.
The QTAB.
The QTAB, this is an asset test. We don't know how many that keeps away.
So it's $675,000 right now.
Right.
Thank you.
And that it went from 650. We only bumped it $25,000.
Tiny bit.
Yeah.
650 to 675, but we wanted to bump it like
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Given the valuations that went up.
Well, it's not your house, so
Is that including home?
no, it's not including home.
No, but
That
even
includes your primary residence.
even if you started with 650 in 2012 and you increased it 1% and compounded it in 2025, you would be at 739.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you assume 2.5%, 896.
896.
Yeah. All right. CPI number, anything, it's all, we're not keeping up pace.
So tell us about the program. The registration is over for fiscal year 27. What are the numbers?
Just talking about,
Yeah. I have one other question on the program spec.
No.
Isn't it clear?
I think so.
Yeah.
So
it's just looking
not house,
it's
it's
really
or contents.
it's really for savings.
Or car. Yeah.
If you've got,
Okay.
$3 million in the bank or investments or whatever, the program doesn't want you, it's geared to not let those folks on. So if you have money to pay, they want you to use it. Right. This is, they want people that need to be on the program.
Yeah.
So I have numbers, but they are not final.
Ross, I had one question about the program specs before we get into that. Is that okay?
Yep.
I just wanted to be clear on this because it came up and my memory is blank and I didn't get a chance to research it before we came in this evening. We have a cap on the program, correct? Like, is there a cap so that, like,
if it's a dollar cap,
it's a 2.5% cap. It's in the ordinance.
Yeah. I just blanked on. I blanked on.
Close to that.
We'd never come close to that. No.
Yeah, I blanked on what it was, and so I just. Okay.
It was
2.5% of the total real proproperty tax levied in Fairfield.
Yeah,
so, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd never.
2.5%.
2.5%. The cap.
Never touch that.
Could we bring the? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's stick
That's
a
a
pin
cap.
in that because I think if we.
Value of all the properties in Fairfield.
Yeah, if we were to bring the cap down, then we'd be less concerned about flooding the program.
Well, let me talk about the difficulty with that. How do you, if you hit the cap, how do you get to that limit? Do you take a percentage off of everybody?
First in, or no, first in, last out.
Last out.
So then you just throw people off until you get below the cap.
You stop taking people on when you get to the.
But you don't know that.
Yeah.
Until after
We don't have a mill rate in
Yeah.
program ends, and we start
Right.
taking apps in February.
Yeah.
Right.
So this was brought up, and this, I said, how do you bring the cost of the program down when you already have a pool of applicants that have applied and been accepted? It's extremely difficult.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah. Who do you cut from? Do you cut from the top?
Yeah.
You take a percentage off of everybody. What about somebody who's been on the program for 10 years?
Yeah.
Now it's just, I think it would be disastrous.
I agree.
I'm just concerned that it would be a safeguard that if we made some real changes to try to increase in the program and we found we overshot it, that it would give us a safety net.
And I always advocate take steps.
Yeah.
Don't make a big jump in any one year because if you don't always know what it is. And I was about to say this before. We don't have good data.
Yeah.
We can't get good data. We don't have age and income data unless they're already in the program. So once you get above, like if you want to go raise the income level up, well, we can't find that pool of people and know what's going to happen or even have a prediction.
But I thought that the state statute said we couldn't raise income level. We can't.
No, you can raise
Okay,
income level.
we can't. Okay.
Sure.
So while we're talking about income,
That's the 91.5, right?
Yeah, that's a 91.5.
Right. So we've got up.
I've come to the opinion that these programs, the state, what they allow us to do, are a bit antiquated. They are, I think the philosophy behind them was back when many more people had pensions, and Social Security was their main source of income.
Right.
So if you had a low pension Social Security income, you get on one of these programs. That's changing. And it's changing more so or more quickly probably in the more affluent towns like a Fairfield. So we're not seeing people that, we're seeing people that have income where it can't even sustain the taxes.
Right.
But yet they're on the program and they're living in a nice house. We have houses that are, $1 million homes. So, I kind of figure if you're.
I'm so sorry. Hi.
Hey, Laura, how are you?
If you got a nice home that you've had over the years, you've probably earned a good salary and probably saved money over the years. And I don't know how you solve that, but I think there's people in the program that probably don't need to be. They probably have the assets.
Thank you.
How much is the average benefit when you apply?
I can run you through some numbers that I have in a sec. We'll get when we're ready to get into that.
Yeah.
But the program our benefit ranges from $1,500 to $7,500 if you're not hitting the percent cap.
Okay. And that's coming off of your tax?
Yes, it's a dollar amount. It's dollars off of your tax bill.
Property tax.
So if your tax bill is $10,000 and you get a $7,500 credit, your tax bill is now $2,500.
Okay.
So direct
So that's out of the property tax. This is your property tax for
It's your real estate tax bill.
real estate. Okay. Yes. So. Okay. That helps. Thank you.
All right. So again, these aren't final. They're close.
Mhm.
And this is done, to run these, I estimated a mill rate of 19.5 because that hasn't been set yet, Tuesday, hopefully. So these are numbers you can speak to, but they're not dead accurate. So this year we've got 878 people on the program. And that's down 44 from last year. So
So how many applied to net out to 878?
So the last few years, we've been having a net loss of, I'm sorry, that was the state program. The town, we're down 150. So we've been, the last few years, it's been 166, 165, 211. So it's a little bit less of a loss than the prior years, but it's still trending down.
Yep.
Wait, so it's not 870 in Fairfield?
No, it's 65.
No, 65.
65.
Right. 65 as of December 31st, and you have to...
To take advantage of this senior relief tax.
Yes, you have to be 65 as of December 31st to get on the program.
Yep, am I reading this right? 65 people?
No,
85.
Yeah. And we moved that from 75 down to 60.
How many I get it, in the last year were participating?
Last year were participants?
That's our most recent, right?
And
Well, last year was 943. This year we're at 878.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
So the headline
was 1017.
The headline is that the enrollment has gone down each and every year for quite a few years.
Yeah.
That's the trend. That's the long-term trend.
So do you think our small incremental increase in the QTAV lessened the decrease at all, or do you think it's so small that it didn't really matter?
4 people. 64 less applicants.
I know we've asked this question, but why is it trending now? There are less people
I think
that meet the metrics?
the seniors are dying and selling their homes. So here's some numbers. We had
Their
32.
income's going up, right, Russ? Their income is increasing.
Their income to knock out as well.
There might not be as many that would meet.
Well, I can give you the numbers.
Thank
So 32 people were denied because of excess income. And that's not necessarily people that were currently on the program, it's people trying to get on. We had 7 that were over the asset limit. We had 36 that were deceased, so that's the second largest group of place where we lost people. 27 sold their house, and 47 just didn't show up.
What?
47 did not show up. Now, we send a letter out in February, and then we send a reminder out towards the end of April.
That's a good point. They have to show up in person for this.
Anybody can bring their information in.
I see.
Anybody.
Okay.
Their neighbor.
But somebody has to be in person. You just can't do it online or,
But anybody can sign it. It's not like it's just difficult. You can ask your neighbor, here's my stuff, bring it in for me, I can take it out.
So who do you send letters to?
The applicant.
The applicant.
Right, so
They
the,
read-
Oh, to tell them to show up.
Right.
But, okay, I was thinking that
and
you
you
targeted
renew
people.
you renew every other year. So we're about half the population is coming in. We're not split really well, but about every other year, every 2 years.
So wait a sec, Russ. So those numbers you just gave us net down to 878, or is that coming off of the 878?
No, this year's participants are 878.
Yep.
878 people will receive.
Right.
Are on the program for the 2026 tax bill.
Got it. Okay. And these numbers that you're saying here,
The past,
are part of that figure.
Yes, it's this February through May 15th reapplication period. Is what happened.
And what's the total amount of benefit?
I'm sorry?
Of the 878, what's the total benefit amount?
The total benefit is, again, this is an estimate based on a 19.5 mill rate. It's, with the deferral, $2,915,191.
2.9?
I don't have a total. No, it's $2,826,000.
And I think for budget purposes, we budgeted 3.2?
I think we had it at 3 this year.
3 this year. So again, it's coming in under budget.
Like 3,195 or something. I thought that in the budget.
No, it's 3. It's 3.
We did pass?
The year before was like 3.2. It keeps going lower.
Right. Well, we're using.
We base it on actuals.
Yeah. We know what last year's was.
The budget we just approved?
Yeah.
I thought it was over 3. Sorry.
Yeah. So it's 2.8.
let me, Jen, not to put you on the spot, but since you're not in the room, I just wanted to check to see if you had questions, because you're.
You talking to me, Sharon?
Yeah, just because you're not in the room, I just wanted to check to make sure. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, cool.
So I do a whole range of different stats on this, or boxes. So income ranges, our highest income range, the bracket that's the highest is the 64,600 to 89,200, and we have 224 applicants that fall in that bracket.
Well, it's 91.5.
Towards the higher end.
Isn't 91.5?
He's talking about brackets.
Wait, I just missed that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't break it to ag.
Oh, well, okay. So you're not giving us these brackets.
Right. No, I didn't match those.
Hear that again?
Okay.
She didn't hear it. Say it again.
I'm sorry.
I apologize. I missed the last thing you said about the highest bracket.
I said the bracket with the most, and I think I did this in deciles. The highest bracket has 224 people.
Yeah.
And their income ranges from 64,600 to 89,200. So when you look at the distribution of income, it is a little tilted towards the higher end.
Yeah.
And they're getting the 1,500.
That makes sense.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
The assessment range, that's pretty evenly distributed. I don't know the exact number, but we have at least 6 houses over $1 million. I probably need to readjust this after the reval.
So what's the average cap then?
That's always a difficult number to calculate.
Mean or median? I mean. Because your biggest tranche is qualifying for the least amount.
Oh, here, the average, all right, so the average assessment is almost 505,000. Let's see, do I have the average benefit somewhere?
That would be key. We knew the average benefit.
We need the.
It's going to skew low. It's not going to skew toward the 7,500.
We need like the 25th,
Well, you can
75, 90th, 10th, 25th, 50th, 75,
Yeah.
90th.
But we can average it. Well, I guess it's probably around 2,000 or 3,000.
The max is 7,500, did I hear?
Yes. You have to have income of.
Average is 3222.
Okay. 3222. That's the average.
Right.
Okay.
Per house.
That's just, it's just an average. So
it's an average.
The total divided by the number.
Yeah, total by
That's
number.
a really dumb question.
No dumb questions.
The number is the number of households, correct? Not the number of people.
It's the number of people.
It's number of people.
It is the number of people?
Because if you own a house with your sister and you both qualify, you are 2 applicants. But you get you each get 50%, assuming you're a 50-50 owner.
Only the owner actually gets the benefit, right?
Right, but you can have 2 unrelated owners that both qualify.
Sure, yeah. But even though there's 2 people in that house, it's not like they're going to double up.
There's a few of those, it's not.
It's rare, right?
Yeah, it's got to be rare.
I mean, I mean,
But if you have two spouses and one passes away, it's gonna look like there's one less person in the program.
if you are married, you are considered one applicant.
Yeah, you want, one.
That's
Married
that's
filing, that's one
that's
person.
kind of my question.
Right.
It's sort of, well, I guess I'm asking it in a skewed way.
So I'll put it this way, the only time a house that's receiving a benefit would get counted as two
If
if
it's
it's multiple owners,
multiple owners who aren't considered,
aren't related.
right,
Related.
well, no, aren't spouses,
Aren't
aren't
Right.
married filing jointly,
Right.
Maybe.
or domestic partners.
He had three brothers on for a while.
Yeah. You could be, yeah, because if you're not,
That all lived together.
if you're not filing your taxes together, that's it.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I thought that this was a household number, so I'm not so wrong, but I'm only a little wrong.
It's essentially a household number.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of the.
Yeah.
These three brothers live,
Those are not.
What's that?
it's not like you have a lot of that three brothers situation.
No, we had one of those for
Right.
a while.
Where most, right.
Yeah, and there's a few, I think there was a brother, sister, there's a couple of,
So how do our numbers compare to like municipalities that you're aware of?
the programs are also different.
Okay.
Yeah,
But they all offer a similar credit kind of arrangement,
no,
no?
towns are all over the place.
No.
And I actually don't know, I mean, we don't, as assessors, we're not all talking about benefit programs a lot. That's not,
I did a detailed spec analysis.
I thought I have it.
I
Yeah.
did, yeah.
Town by town.
I did a town by town spec analysis.
And,
That was an update of Joe
Joe
Berger.
Bergara did it.
Yeah, I referenced,
Yeah, he
But
retransferred.
there's
Yeah.
towns that just say, I think like
Yeah.
Richfield or New Canaan or somebody, they just give a flat amount.
Yeah.
You get 65, you're getting $1,500. That's it.
And some of them have
That's it. We don't want to take apps.
Yeah.
You come and apply once, you got it.
Income.
Nothing.
and some have a resident requirement,
A what?
a residence requirement, 10, 15 years up.
Yeah.
oh,
Which I think is interesting because the people, I mean, we've all gotten correspondence on this. And often it's, I've owned my home forever. I've lived in Fairfield forever. And I'm now at a point where it's really getting tough. And now we have the revow and, we're hearing that. So that's another layer so somebody who just moved in a year ago, perhaps.
The kid argument.
yeah,
I think, for schools.
did you pay for other people's kids to go to school and for how long?
Yeah.
Right?
That is what I hear all the time, that
Right.
they can't afford,
Yeah.
they're on a
And they've
fixed
been there
income and
all
their
the time,
taxes keep going up and they have too much, assets or they may have too much income, but they still can't.
But a lot
They're
of,
caught.
we see people that,
What do we do about
we've definitely seen people that have the assets, but they don't want to use it.
Sure.
Oh.
So it's
Yeah.
like, you're fortunate you have those assets,
Yeah.
so.
No.
And that's, you just
Yeah.
have
And there's some that don't. And this is, why I've always said, push the dollars to the low end.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But what about the person that is stuck in there, like the one that someone reached out to us and said, she's fixed wages and she cannot afford the revow. She just doesn't have it. It's like going to be another $500 a month for her. Every $500 every
Is she
quarter.
over 65? Is she on the program?
I don't think she would qualify.
Because
I
of
don't know.
what? Because her income is too high?
Because she has income, but
Okay, well
it's
then,
not enough to pay. If you're making, say, a certain amount and you're.
but it's gotta be over 91,000.
91, yeah.
I mean, she's saying she's making around 100 and she can't afford it.
That's what she's telling us.
But that's a high
I
income
think-
amount.
But I did hear people say at like knock doors or whatever, that's a lot, that the
Yeah.
people that live in condos and they're no longer working and they
Yeah.
can't afford to, so I always feel like,
How many people in the highest who qualify for the 7,500? It's probably a low number. Because the income is so
I
low.
think we have 100. Well, I don't have a breakdown by,
You don't have by benefit level.
I have 100 that are at the maximum dollar amount.
Right.
I don't know how many are at the 7,500. It's not easy to figure that out.
But it's probably, what would you guess? I mean, it's probably not 100 even.
I bet it's low.
You're talking 20,000, 22,000?
See if I can
Yeah.
pull up my data and I might be able to.
Those are the people who need it the most.
unless they
Right.
owned it.
The ones getting the 7,500.
Yeah, because their income is so low.
is in.
Their housing cost burden,
Right.
right?
Well, just by income levels, so
Yeah. They're making nice.
income up to 30,500, we have about 185.
Wait, what? Say that again.
Income up to 30,500, we have 185.
At the highest.
Okay, so they're getting between 6,500 and 7,500.
Yeah, unless they're hitting the cap.
Right.
But the cap is essentially removed at that level because it's 75%. So you can't,
Right,
you can't get more.
That is the cap. Yep. So has that number changed much over the years?
That was one of the changes a few years ago. Is they?
No, I mean the number of people qualifying for that maximum or the near
I
maximum.
couldn't tell you off the top of my head. No.
Those are the folks we were going to.
Why are there fewer people applying that
Saying that.
take advantage? From what I'm hearing, the numbers are going down over the years.
This is speculation on my part. Well, I know people are dying and they're selling. That's the two big reasons that they.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
And the people that don't reapply,
You don't know why.
I don't know why.
Okay,
I mean, they could have.
Can
You
I
don't
tell you
know.
my guess?
If they're not,
Here's my guess. This
In a nursing home.
is just my guess. You have, instead of a pension, you have 401k, and you might have been hovering near the limit, and the market in the last few years has skyrocketed. So you've got a mutual fund that's covering the S&P 500. It's got NVIDIA in it. And it's skyrocketed. So now you're over the, you have over the assets in your 401k.
And it could be that they're hitting their required minimum.
And they're hitting their RMD.
That's throwing them up on
And
it.
they're hitting their RMD, and they're over.
Bumping them right out.
So it's
That's my guess. It's just because the market's been so hot the last few years. It has. I think if we had a market correction,
It's probably been dropping since the huge change you made back in 2012.
And what happened then?
I wasn't here,
So
but that's when they made.
it started to change then, and it started.
it might be in
No,
June.
it had a huge increase.
Oh, it had a huge, in that year.
So the program went way up.
so
when was the last time there was a market correction?
Oh wait,
20
Past 08, 09. Was there another one? Wasn't there another one the
not
last?
as bad as 08.
Not at 12.
so is the idea like
It's been less 5
just
years.
this from the top level? If we're to do something, we have to do something both at the QTAB level and the income
The
level.
program, yes.
They should.
Oh, yeah.
If we're going to give more relief, they both have to rise.
One of the interesting things that one of the former committees was talking about is what's the goal? Right? Is the goal, and there was opposing ideas. There were some folks that said, we need to give away more than $3 million. We need to get that up to $3.5 to $4 million.
Right.
And that was the goal. So that was raise everything up so we can pump more money out.
Yeah.
And others were saying, well, wait, we don't want to just give money away. We want to make sure it's accomplishing goal. If that goal is to keep seniors without kids in their homes so that there's less of a burden on the schools,
Right.
and we want to just do that as a social benefit, then how do we get money to those people?
Right.
Let's not just throw money out there for the sake of throwing it out there. Let's try to find that right group of people. And
Reverse tax base.
how do you find them and get it to them?
Yeah, I really think it is the latter. How do you retain seniors?
To me, that makes more sense.
That really makes more sense.
Putting more money out there, because if it's not going to people,
Sure.
Right.
To
get more people in the program.
They have to still make. What do you mean? So you must raise it.
people that it's going to make a difference for.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that's making $90,000 in retirement may have more mobility than somebody that's only making 40. So if you give it to the higher person, they're just benefiting, and when they're ready to move, they're going to go.
Yeah.
Whereas the other person
It's stuck.
isn't as mobile; they're more stuck in their house.
Mm-hmm.
They maybe want to stay there, so that's
So we don't know how many of those people, the ones that are the 40, that aren't taking advantage of this?
Very hard to find them. I mean, we, you know, it's on our website, it's in the newsletters, it's in the senior center. You know, they, Julie pumps it out in her newsletter all throughout the country.
I can tell you,
So it's.
I'm sorry. I can tell you, I have clients and every time I ask them, I do estate planning, and every time I ask, you know, seniors whether they know about it, they always do.
Oh, they do.
Oh.
They do know about it. Okay.
Yeah.
But I also think about the people that are stuck, that have some, like if we raise some of the, we did it already, right? We raised some of it to capture some of those people that don't have, they just have the fixed income, and as taxes are going up, they just can't. Like this woman was saying, I can't afford it. I don't know her. She has, you know, something to tap into. I don't know if she's not. I can't ask her that, but she was saying, what can we do? So let's lower the mill rate. She wants to make cuts to this is what she writes in her letter. But what do you do about those people still? They to them, they can't afford it unless it's just, you know, I mean, that's the thing that we hear all the time.
Yeah.
Taxes keep going up, and
Yeah, I mean, it's, people are getting forced to move, or maybe
and with the
like,
reval, it
like
makes it
changes, you know, that are.
makes it all worse.
Well, I keep going back to, you know, to your point, Ross, what is the objective here? Right? Are we trying to make this program more attractive to more people? You know, which certainly affects the amount of money that we're going to put into it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And so it all works together, right?
It's about relief. I mean, it's in the title.
Yeah, it is relief, exactly.
Yeah.
But to your point, I mean, you got to raise.
Yeah.
I guess the criteria has to be
Like this. Yeah.
adjusted,
Right.
in a way to get more people to apply.
Or you have to blow up
Okay.
the entire program and
Yeah.
model it after another town where maybe they just hand out
Yeah.
$1,500 to anybody who's over 65. You know, like or not hand, you know.
But that's not going to be enough for some.
I understand that, but
Right, that's just,
I'm just being.
no,
I'm
they
being
do
very
do that.
short and cute,
Right.
but
No, if you're trying to make it simple,
Right.
which is a
Yeah.
great point, right?
Yeah.
If you're just trying to make it
yeah,
simple, you put the flyer up there saying if you're over 65 and you're making less than 90, whatever, then
right. They
You
can
know.
qualify for a
call us.
What is the average age, do you know, Upton? Is it 65 to 70 or 85 to 90? Or is
It is a perfect bell curve.
I'm sure it is.
So, you know, we have 15 people that are less than 65, so if you're disabled, you
Right.
can be on the program. And then it rises, it peaks at 75 to 79, and then starts dropping back.
75, 79?
So it's kind of just what you would expect. It's just,
Yeah.
Ross, are veterans included in, is
this has
veterans?
nothing to do with veterans.
No, they
that
have their
stuff
own-
is Not, so
they
what,
have their own program.
Totally separate.
even if you're disabled, even
separate
if you're
program.
disabled,
Separate benefit?
even if you're fully disabled, it's not included in
You
this.
think the 3 million is a
Well,
reasonable number?
If you're disabled and you're a veteran, you can get on the program. If you're disabled, you can get on the program. Again, veteran status has nothing to do with this program.
Right, but if you are disabled, okay, but if you are a disabled veteran, you would be considered, you would fall into the disabled bracket and be in the program that way.
But there's separate veteran benefits and disabled, but those are all exemptions, not,
They're
Credit
exempt paying.
Yeah.
no, they're not exempt. It's an exemption.
So that means,
Exemption means you get a portion of your assessment reduced as opposed to a dollar.
And a tax, like a credit.
So if your assessment is $500,000 and you have a $50,000 exemption, you're going to pay on $450. And by the way, our veterans exemptions double. That hasn't really been well publicized. And we're one of the
Yeah.
very few, if not the only town where we have doubled 5 times our veteran benefit.
really, that's nice.
And the assessment value is the 70% of the
Right.
of the
Of the full value,
of
yeah.
the full value.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's
the
the
assessment and then the market value, which is like mind blowing anyway.
So to Peter's
It
point,
used to be random throughout the state.
Yeah.
And then they, back in, I think the 70s, they said everyone's going to 70. I think that was a compromise.
Yeah.
So in tax year 2022, we paid out 4.1 million. And this year we're looking at 2.86. So, and obviously our town budget was a lot smaller 5 years ago than it is now. So as a percent of the total budget, it's almost de minimis at this point.
Right.
At 2 point, it's not that meaningful a number,
Going to,
whether it's 3 or 3.5 or 4. I mean, but it's a good
So
question.
I guess it's up to us to figure out our goal,
yeah.
right?
So what, sorry?
Figure out our goal.
I do think there's an opportunity to simplify. I think we have too many levels, too many, I mean, great points at $500. I think if you could fit the program criteria on a postcard, then it would be compelling. I'm not saying you do away with the table, but I think you can shrink it. If the average benefit is, you work towards the mean, if the average benefit is $3,000.
The hard thing is you gotta, we have people from 2012 that we still are grandfathering in their benefit,
Oh, okay.
and that's,
But they're dying.
Hmm?
They're dying.
well, yes, I mean, it's attritioning off, but you have to, you don't want to take a benefit back from somebody that you've given them.
So how many of those are of the
If you change your program, you gotta be aware that you don't merge a bracket.
Okay, but you could continue to grandfather them, perhaps.
Yeah.
But simplify
Before you
for new.
approve something that we need to check with our vendor to make sure that it can be managed in the software.
Okay.
Ross, can I ask you a question? In the ideal world, what do you think is the best way systems to get as many people as we can? Do you think
Well,
it's,
what's the goal?
the goal is
Just
to
to
give
get
them-
as many people on regardless?
well, to me, if they are struggling and they need
But
relief,
how do you determine that? How do you find that person?
Mm-hmm.
well, you can only
You got to have, I mean,
have it, but you can only have, do what you have to do, but I'm just wondering if we're missing a group of people that should be, like you said, like you increase the money, increase the metrics. If you had to start from scratch,
I
like
just
what would
don't think there's a large pool of people that need help that aren't coming in.
Right.
I just don't think it's I'm sure they're out there, but I don't think it's
Yeah,
I don't think
you're right.
you're going to take this program and go from 3 million to 4 million all of a sudden.
Right.
again.
Yeah.
There's just not that.
Yeah, I think we have to, I mean, if we're going to keep our current structure, I think what's missing is our rate of increase and how we're going to increase this. And, because if you go back, I mean, we moved the queue.
Can I share screens, Dave, and then you can talk exactly?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I have to log into the meeting.
Yeah, you have to log into the meeting. I mean, the last time we moved the number was in 2000, well, it was 2000, it was 2 years ago. It was,
24,
but then before that is 2012. So this is like this huge, like we've
Which number?
left this thing unattended. The QTAV was never not touched. And it literally should be, if you're factoring in like CPI or any kind of cost of livings, whatever, it should be up in the 800 to 900 range for sure. So, I mean, but when you say that to the Board of Finance and you go in and they go, we don't want to, are we going to open up the floodgates? Are we going to get crushed with applicants? Are we going to whatever? So the problem is identifying the mathematical impact. And if Ross is saying that all these people are out there, and we've captured all of them, right? But if you lifted it, do more people
That's the thing.
come in?
It's an unknown, and it's not something. It's not data we have the ability to obtain.
Right.
So,
But you have to do something.
so here's this discussion.
Wait, I apologize.
We had 7 people who were over the asset limit that were rejected. Do we know what their assets
There's 7
were?
people that apply.
That applied, I understand.
Right. There's a lot of people that come in and see that
Sure.
and leave or
Of course.
don't come.
But how far over were they?
Sharon, could you be
They don't tell.
reverbing because you're also logged in on phone?
Probably.
They just don't tell.
My computer back in.
You could say, let's raise it $75,000 a year until we get to $1.2 million.
Right.
And then every year when you get the report, you can see what it does, and you'd be like, whoa, we gotta stop, and then we address it.
Yeah.
Take
But
that away.
I think what we have to do is, we have to make a sizable jump to a spot where we feel comfortable.
I think we should do it.
And then
What do you think?
see what happens, and
What'd
then
you say?
go smaller.
I'd say that again.
I would get rid of it
Jump
entirely.
on what?
You would get rid of
Which
what?
jump?
The QTAP.
We, UTAB,
Okay.
they get a
What's
jump
that?
that,
I'm sorry, I don't know what.
that is
Qualifying taxable, whatever.
for the
Qualifying total asset.
Total
asset value, yeah.
You wanna get rid of that.
No,
I do.
no,
You do, but you don't.
I do, absolutely.
Because
I want to list it, I don't want to get rid of it.
why would you want?
I would then make it $1 million.
Yeah, I mean,
Make it $1 million. I mean, that would inflation adjust it from
Yeah.
2000.
I mean,
I would,
I think did you happen to go back to the Board of Finance meeting? Did you watch the
Yeah.
back and forth? Yeah. I mean, struggling with lifting it. I know. And, like, only sense that has a hyphen, but still, I know. I think,
You know,
What's real?
Why do you wanna get rid of it? Tell me, because you think it's,
I just don't think it has the value. I think I just don't think it has the value.
I don't think it's
I don't
relative.
think it's
I
gonna
think-
blow up.
I think
To your
it's those-
point, those who should take advantage of the program are applying. And that is an unknown.
So, Ross, I have a question for you. If you were to change this program similar to that other town and say, okay, for $1,500, you're age 65 plus senior tax relief, the town immediately offers you a $1,500 tax relief, right, on your property tax, just as a senior, right? Like the title of the
Right.
program, senior tax relief, right? Would that, if the town were, have you analyzed as to whether if the town did that, what kind of number that would equate to in terms of, is that 3 million or is that 6?
Well, we have about 10,000 residents who are 65 and over. Now,
Okay.
they don't all own homes. Right. Many rent.
But the data's there. The data's out
But
there.
that's census data. I mean,
Age
we know.
65 homeownership, Fairfield.
Yeah, you might be able to get that.
We could probably get that.
Yeah, then what
That
happens to renters? What happens to people, I don't,
There's
I rent.
there's a
I-
comparable, well, we don't have a renters program, but the state offers a renters program.
So we don't really know the impact of, if we try to truly simplify it down to it.
I think you could size it. I think you could.
I don't think you could treat
by
You
that.
could size the unit.
But you already got people that you're giving $7,500 to.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, they
What do you do with them?
grandfather.
go on.
They-
Oh, well, good point. Yeah,
Right, the
they
grandfather them in.
be grandfather.
Yeah.
If they have the mechanism
But see,
in the
Then
software.
they got
But,
to,
but
Jen wants to speak.
Go ahead. Jen?
I don't know.
Oh, yes. Well, Ross, in the beginning of the meeting, you said we had an antiquated program. What did you mean by antiquated?
I didn't say that.
Oh, I thought I heard antiquated.
No.
Right.
No, the word antiquated was thrown around, but I don't think it was, I think.
No, I don't-
About something, I don't know.
How do you come up with the number of that?
Ours is a bit more complicated than most,
Yeah, yeah.
with a percent cap and a dollar cap and a
Yeah.
QTAB.
Yeah. There's a lot of moving parts.
For the
Yeah.
people that,
I think
Yeah.
we truly.
I'm all for making things simpler, but I also don't want to have something blow up because
No, right.
we're doling out a big.
Let's try not to
but-
have conversation, because,
Right, take that back. We can't do that.
I can tell you, the tax returns
no, I just.
are
can't
getting
hear you.
more and more complicated every year.
Yeah.
Do you have a-
They're not, what you would expect a senior to come in with, 3 or 4 pages and that's it. I mean, this is,
Yeah.
really,
yeah, they're complicated.
I gotta believe that holds people back from, stepping up. Maybe they just don't know about it either. I mean, I don't know, but Jen, you said, when you deal with the people,
they know it.
they know
I
it.
know. It's not a huge benefit if you're making a lot of money.
There it is.
If you're picking up the top. So,
So we did
More than 91, you're not even in the program.
a little math.
So,
But is that who you want in the program? That's, the question is that who you want in the program?
Yeah, that's
You know.
right, exactly. Or is it only 60,000 or 50,000? Or is it for everyone?
So this was the math. But this is, if anyone comes back to watch this or anyone watching at home, this is the 2024 documentation that's attached to the meeting, the packet, yeah. And so when we had proposed the increase to the QTAB last time around from 650 to 675, this is just a straight time value of money compounding at 1% or compounding at 2.5%, or if we just did 5% every 5 years. Either way, you know, if we did 2.5%, which would be mirroring the COLA adjustment by SSA, Social Security Administration, we would end up at 900,000 by now.
By 2025.
That's the year.
Well, I'm saying 2026 we'd be over it. We'd be like at 900 something.
900, yeah.
And that's why we are reducing, that's why the numbers are falling, because we're not
Assets are going up. Yeah.
any of this.
Yeah, that's the key to this whole game, right? That fewer and fewer people, I think, actually qualify.
Right.
And if that's the case, we want to be respectful of the seniors.
Yeah.
Because it's tax relief, we would have to adjust our program to incorporate a broader scope. So do you do that, adjusting these numbers, or do you go radical and say, age 65 plus gets 1,500?
What I think we should do is we should give Ross a bag of cash, and then people come in and Ross just gives him.
You got to show up.
Yeah, and he can be Santa Claus.
It's a tip launch.
I'll come running.
Yeah. But your point was well taken. People don't want to use the assets they have. So if you bring it up to 900,000, shouldn't they be using some of those assets?
Yeah.
And not crying the blues?
Well, if it's just their house,
You got $1 million in assets?
if that's their house, though,
No, it's not. It's not your property. It's not your car.
It's your
It's all
salary account, it's your savings account, your checking account.
okay, so outside, I don't know.
It's like what?
Wait to get a second home, but not a first.
Not a first.
Okay. And cars are not included.
Okay.
Yeah, they can afford to pay their property taxes. So
Yeah.
that's why it's kind
Well, that
of
doesn't-
meaningless to have it at all.
That doesn't make sense.
If
they have that kind of money, then why do they need?
To have what?
No, but that makes everyone eligible if we run up the pool.
Right, but it's definitely more lower income seniors. This is targeted to lower income seniors. I mean, 91, I get it, that's not nothing, but you're not living.
That's 91 theoretically in retirement. That's 91,000 in retirement.
Yeah.
That's not, you're working still typically.
All right.
I mean, yes, there's people still working.
That's
But
interesting. I mean, a lot of people work from 65 to 70, whatever,
Yeah. I know.
That's another twist.
My husband, he still works 16.
Yeah. Well, I still work 70, part-time, whatever. Well, what's our plan here tonight? This has been very helpful.
Just to get an overview.
Yeah, this is just an information session, and now we are.
And I'll send this whole schedule out
That would be
once it's finalized. So the mill rate gets set, so it'll probably be a week or two, and I'll have this all wrapped up and get it out to you.
Yeah, I think that
For
would.
your time, Ron.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Very helpful.
Very, thank you.
We've got to come up with some kind of strategy that's just going to make this either simpler or push everything up. I don't know.
Or a combination.
A combination of it. I mean,
But
Bob's
you're saying the assets you
killing
up in the
TAB,
millions, and you have all that.
but then you can open up.
I don't totally agree with killing it. I understand what you're saying in a perfect.
I'm just pushing it to the extreme.
Yeah.
But
Is there a way we can boost the income benefits?
yeah, you would have to. I mean,
And collapse some of the categories. I mean, 7 categories is a lot.
Yeah, I would think 3.
let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's set the mill rate. Let's figure out the rest of it. Let's get all the numbers from Ross. Let's figure out what we can do.
Process.
I think.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So,
What else we got here?
Let's just touch on the timing.
yeah,
So we start taking applications in February.
Right.
yeah.
A lot of the boards don't meet in July and August,
Mhm. That's correct.
and it's got to go through Board of Finance, it's got to go through RTM, it's got to stew for a
Yeah.
month or more before it becomes official.
Okay.
So, you know,
This has to be big.
you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
we-
starting at the right time.
We gotta go.
Right.
You
Right.
can't,
Yeah.
you got to keep
Yeah.
moving quick.
Yeah.
Gotta keep moving.
We
When
need to
can
keep,
we get your data?
I should have this within 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah,
Okay, so
we
we'll
could-
count
We
on
can
the
plan
data,
another meeting.
and then let's
later.
plan another meeting.
later in June.
in like
And keep
3
it,
weeks.
I think we should keep it in, informal.
Yeah, let's
like a
keep
meeting
it
like
in
this.
joint. I think we need to keep it
Because
in
we're not
joint.
voting anyway.
No.
We gotta keep
Joint.
on digging and understanding.
Keep it
Yeah.
joint.
I think
and
we
then-
need to keep it joint so that we agree
Yeah.
on what the
Yeah, we
objectives
work
are,
together.
because we all have to
I
agree
agree.
on it.
Yeah.
Because they're definitely tied.
I guess your deadline would be November RTM.
Yeah.
No later,
Yes,
for it to be implemented in February.
yeah,
So
but,
you back off,
Yeah,
back up.
but,
We want it done by the end of January so that we can publish what it is and start taking apps.
And, even there's not a meeting, Bob and I
Well-
can get Board of Finance, and Jim can get Board of Finance. We can get our thought processes cooking.
I would like to really get this done.
Yeah.
This is me being completely personal.
Mm-hmm.
Come September, my job for like 3 months is a complete blackout, and I make it to RTM meetings, but that's about it.
Yeah.
If there's a way for us to front load this so that we can be in good shape in the next 2 months, it would make my life a whole lot easier. I don't know how
Yeah.
you guys,
So
if
next,
that would work for everyone else. I would
I'll
really
move as quickly as we can move. I mean, I'm good with it. We just got to get Ross's numbers, and I think then we'll have the data to.
And I don't think it's going to change drastically from what you have here.
Okay.
So this
Right.
is the pool of applicants. It's just a matter of, doing some reconciliation and you get the mill rate,
Mhm.
the exact mill rate in there and recalculating it all.
Well, that we all pretty much, I think, are expecting it to be 19.19, right?
Yeah. We got to
Changes that a little bit.
we got to figure out what the collection rate is,
Whatever your.
and then mill rate, and then we're done, and we do that.
No, the big movement is what the BAA did,
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
and they finished last night.
Yeah, and that's coming in a little under the 1919,
That's what?
coming in a little under the 1919 mill rate. So it looks like it's 1905, but we'll see. From the latest report we got yesterday.
Go below 19? Would it go?
No, almost, getting there.
It all
Yeah,
depends.
I just delivered the final BAA
Right.
numbers about 4:00 today.
Yeah.
We
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, man.
Oh, good. So we'll get,
They
I
wrapped
had
up
something
last
from
night.
Craig,
We
but I didn't see.
plugged it all into the spreadsheet, got it into our systems, reconciled it to make sure everything matched, and
How many appeals were there?
Oh, I have.
874 were decided on,
And how
Oh,
many
we're
were
not.
successful?
Yeah.
78%.
Were
Okay.
successful in getting their,
Their average, their overall reduction was averaging 17%. If you take out the denials, they were over 23% per appeal.
That could publish, that doesn't.
why did that happen?
oh, that'll be fun.
They sent them
Sure.
so-
Oh, no, it's all.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. it'll be
It goes into the grand list. Okay, yeah.
You fill out the form.
There's always a high number of appeals in a reval year.
No, I understand that.
That's common.
But to be successful in your appeal,
I think our board is,
they just say, okay?
aggressive
Understand?
on reduction.
Yeah. They're good.
Are we good? I gotta run.
Yep.
How many months?
Ross, thank you.
Motion. Oh, we don't have the motion because
Yeah,
we're not,
motion.
this is, there's no.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, it's good that you guys
Take
are
off.
working
We
together.
said it next week
That's been
before we leave.
problematic.
Yeah, we should do that. We should set another date. for the-
Yeah, let's set a date for the next meeting, yes.
I promise, send me. Bye-bye. Oh,
Thank you.
All right, so
Thank you, Jen.
thanks. We know that, so Ross is gonna be done in 2 weeks, so that means the 11th-ish.
Yep.
Right? Should we give him till Friday, the 12th
Yep.
to be done? You think numbers will be out by the 12th of June?
I would hope so. I may even have them next week, depends on how everything.
Okay. All right.
So you guys want to do the week of the 15th?
We can.
Wednesday, the 17th?
But it wouldn't be till the end because I gotta get tax bill, I gotta get the files for our vendors and bill.
Mm-hmm.
That's priority.
Do we
So when do you want to meet?
Wednesday the 17th?
17th?
I just want Ross to have enough time. So we can have us have a few. Like I say, I should have this early the week of, so, somewhere in that between part of that week, and then we'll meet the week later. So if you the 12th, I'm pretty confident I have it for you. Okay. I gotta take some vacation time too. So.
No. No, if we did, let's do like the 17th.
Wednesday, the 17th would be awesome.
That'll give you a ton of time.
Yeah.
And it'll give us time to sort of absorb
Think about it.
what your numbers might mean.
Yeah.
I think review what you updated from Jill. I mean, there's a lot of info, and I think I've probably shared the state report that they did. I mean, it's old now, but it still gives you a flavor for what's being done out there. Do you have that?
I don't remember if I have it or not. If you could send it again, that'd be awesome. But do you think I need to refresh what I did a refresh of it 2 years ago? Do you think anything changed enough, or it's?
I'm sure things have changed, but as you know, things
It's immaterial.
drastically.
Okay, so I don't need to go back and refresh all that.
I think you'll get enough flavor for what's being done out there from what you have.
Okay.
And we'll meet here again?
I like that answer.
Unless you found a particular town you thought was good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Take care.
we'll notice
Okay,
it out.
thank you.
Yes.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
We're gonna,
Okay. Okay. So
So
next meeting, everyone is June 17th at 7:30 p.m. So I can go to the gym.
7:30. Yep.
Thank you.
Good night, Jen.
Night. Thank you.
And meeting for all. That worked.
All right. Cool.
Okay. Good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Laura.
Sorry I was late.
I'm sorry to interrupt your.
Oh,
I didn't think I had to send her. I
Put it
didn't.
on my calendar.
I didn't think I had to send a reminder because we met. We had an organizational meeting on
I'm pretty good at
Thursday, so I was like, well, I'm not texting on Wednesday. We just had the organizational meeting Thursday.
I'm just, my daughter came over, so I wasn't feeling well. She brought my granddaughter, and I think that just blew my mind.
Well, I was sorry to interrupt that. I felt
No,
bad.
it's done. She was home already. I was just ready to
Oh,
get to my pajamas.
I'm sure.
I should have come in my pajamas.
A lot of me wants to make this as simple as possible.
I do
but
too.
What are you gonna do? I stand here.
I really want to simplify it.
Statement.
You do?
I do, and that's.
So that you know what your goal is. I think
Right.
that's what's kind of.
Are there any towns that are simpler?
Yeah.
Instead of with a 1,500?
I have the specs. I can send them out.
Just,
It's
anything
I
that
guess-
you
I
saw
guess
that
what
any
it's
other town that
hard
I
about
I haven't looked at it in 2 years.
trying to sell it.
But you don't remember anything, parking something, right?
I have ADHD really bad.
Oh.
So what happens is it all just erases.
I bet you know who would know? Jill would know.
Yeah, easier
Sticks in her.
Oh, yeah.
She's like a digital.
Yeah, I know. She just
Yeah.
bleep, bleep, bleep.
That
bleep.
But
simpler now that we just use an app.
Very, that's
That's another step, another.
So I just went out.
Think about it.
It's like,
We're gonna
okay,
spend
right.
$2.8 million.
If your income is
FY
like
'27
$1,000, so
on
you're still going to Marshall's every week, like buying shit you don't need. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing?
I don't know, but
Are you supporting your kid? Are you sending your son to get $2,000 a month?
But where we got the judgment crew, you don't even.
Well,
But it's the same, you've been living here for so many years,
yeah.
and
And
you
we're,
have some
we're
point, you don't want to.
evaluating
Because I have to.
whether or not that ought to be.
I always think that
in those
this is the
discussions,
way
you know.
to press people that have.
To me, I mean, you want to keep seeing.
Which are sort of down a year,
So
that maybe we really
I
can
have
give
in
them
the
a
past, I
substantial,
bought them, I purchased a
and I
mailing.
guess for fun,
And it targeted it based on income. And now they don't have actual income data, but they analyze.
Say a pen.
Right.
They analyze data and say, okay, you're getting this magazine, whatever, you're, you know, whatever they did.
Yeah.
So we did that, and we did a mailing to everybody that's, I think I went up to 100,000. This was back when it was in the, mid-80s.
Right.
And did a mailing and didn't really flush a lot of people.
Yeah.
We did a
so
postcard.
we don't know what happened in 2012.
I wasn't here. I know they raised the income up. I think that's when they put the caps in.
Yes.
The percent cap, and I
But
think
still,
that,
people had to hear about it, right? Like, I wonder, kind of who
I
would
think it
know.
was more that I think they might have bumped the income up quite a bit. So a lot more people qualified. That's what.
Well, and I guess from the 08, 09 crash in 12, it wasn't like we were fully recovered yet.
But I think you're right. I think a lot of them are selling things.
They're selling their homes. They're sitting on, their house rent.
They're sitting on a huge,
And maybe we're relative to it.
And they're able to move
I
out
also think
completely, not just move to
the
Fairfield.
people that,
then you
the
got nothing.
newer people that
Same.
are age eligible
Florida.
have more income, are more affluent.
yeah,
Than
yeah,
more 10 to 15 years.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
that you're,
Yeah.
there's the people that are in that age bracket are more able to afford the homes they're in.
Right. If you're gonna stay in this town and you're over 65 and you're retired, you're gonna have a bank to stay
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
That's a
You
lot of
do.
money. I know.
Yeah.
And the temptation is to like shoot off and go down to North Carolina or Florida or wherever.
Yeah.
So,
Have a grandchildren.
Except if you want to be near your family.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's, I don't know.
Then there's those people that have, I remember this woman in a condo in District 4, and she just said, what do I do? It just keeps going up. And I think,
Everybody on social media is saying this is too much. I got to move. I can't handle this anymore.
So you would qualify if you're in a condo, right?
Yeah.
You would qualify for the program.
Condo.
Okay.
yeah, anything you own,
We have a lot of older people.
Yes.
Southport,
it's homeowner.
But that's an ownership thing.
But they're sitting in assets that have appreciated
Yes.
a tremendous
And
amount.
taking reverse mortgages if they
Yeah.
receive income.
Yeah.
Let the next generation worry about the tax consequences of that.
Right.
There are ways.
At least, I don't know so much about the current population, but I know years ago when I was in this, people had an aversion to, that's what they don't.
Right. Well,